Well, Lindita Torres Winters is an Aurora businesswoman and founder of Linditas Salsas, and she's in the kitchen again with a new recipe. It's called Mexican Pot Pie.
Hola and welcome to Lindita's Kitchen. I am Lindita and today I've got some wonderful recipes for you. Actually, they're my turkey pot pies, and I've got one that I call the Mexican one, and you'll see why as we get going. So what you'll need to get started are some wonderful pot pie crusts. And you know, what you want to do is leave it at room temperature for like about 15 to 20 minutes and let it get a little soft. We'll get started with our stuffing. And this stuffing goes back to my mother's recipe. And everybody used to use the Jiffy mix. Well, guess what? We're using it again. And all you'll need is one of the containers, and we're gonna go ahead and use an 8 by 8. Okay, and then you're gonna use half of this recipe. So that'll make about 2 cups. That's all you'll need. So we're gonna take these, put them in a container in here, in a little bowl, and you wanna break them up. Just break it up nice and lightly here. And then we're gonna add some celery. So you want 1 stalk of celery. And I go ahead, I'm using like 1.5 for this recipe. So you wanna just chop that up, nice. And it doesn't have to be too fine because you wanna taste it. You want a little crunch in your little pot pies. We're gonna go ahead and add it right in to our cornbread. Okay, and then your onion. You don't want to use half of it, you want to use about 1/3. So we're gonna just make little dices. And this is the easy way to do it, no? So it's ready to go. So you're not gonna go half. Use about 1/3 onion. Smell those onions? I can. So you want to go ahead and add a little bit of salt and pepper. So we're going to go ahead and mix this up a little bit. Go ahead and use your hands también, las manos. And you're going to learn some Spanish while we cook in this kitchen. Yeehaw. Así. How beautiful is that? Very colorful. And you want to add a little bit of milk. And I use the light. I mean, you can use the 2% or the whole. You know, it's your preference. And just add a little bit just to moisten it up. Okay, you don't need too much. So we're gonna put this aside right now because we're gonna get started with our little pie. We're gonna start with the turkey, and I prefer the mixture. And it's about 1.5 cups that you want to put in your pie. And now we're gonna add our stuffing. And I like to use my fingers on this one because you get the feel of how much goes into it. And actually, we're going to use like half in each. You can use the whole thing, but it's in both pies. Híjole, how colorful is that? So pretty. We're almost finished with our Mexican pot pie. All we need to do is just add the gravy and our toppings, and we'll do that next time. For this recipe and many more, visit linditasalsa.com.
Don't you love how we just dangle it there for you? Not give you the whole recipe? Well, we'll have the rest of that recipe and some other tips next week, so be sure to tune in for that.